forecast. Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning. Well, it is a foggy start across the area this morning. You can see the low-hanging clouds from these views over 3rd Ward here and off into West Charlotte, where temperatures are sitting in the mid-60s. We're just locked into this gloomy view here across the region, and a lot has to do with that change in flow here. We have all this tropical moisture that's flooding into the area. Got that Bermuda high off the coast and approaching cold front, and off into the west we have this developing low pressure system that has a stronghold here on positioning those winds out of the south here, pumping in all of that tropical moisture into the southeast. It's going to keep those clouds in place for the majority of the day today, but it's also going to allow those temperatures to warm up, and we're talking about highs getting back into the mid to upper 70s across the area. It's going to feel even a little bit muggy for this point in early November. That's something unusual for us to talk about. We're starting off the morning with those overcast skies. We have some light drizzle across the mountains and into the foothills. Temperatures ranging from the upper 50s and low 60s for our mountain communities to the mid 60s across much of the Piedmont. We're at 65 in Charlotte, 66 for Rock Hill, sitting at 64 right now in Salisbury. Visibility is way down. It is a very soupy start here in Gastonia, less than a quarter of a mile visibility. So we're seeing some issues along that stretch of 85 and 77. Wherever you see the oranges and reds, which is basically the spine to 77, everywhere to the west, and then further south and east here of 85, which is where some of the thickest fog is this morning. That's going to be sticking around through 9-10 o'clock. We'll start to see that lift and clear out. Once we get a little bit of a breeze going here out of the southwest, then we'll start to see that fog lift. But the clouds, they will be a staple here. As we head into mid-afternoon, temperatures will be climbing and topping out in the mid to upper 70s. A high of 76 for Charlotte. We'll reach 80 degrees in Albemarle, 82 in Rockingham and Cheraw, getting to 76 in Chester, 73 in Shelby. Temperatures across the foothills topping out in the mid 70s. And for our mountain communities, we got low 70s in the forecast. Now, a big story here and big picture, we're going to see that those warmer temperatures here today. It will remain mild overnight, and that's going to create a little bit of instability. For areas south of 85, we'll see more steady rain start to pick back up as we push into the early evening. So on and off drizzle through the day, but more steady rain and pockets of heavier rain will stay generally south of 85. Now, with these warmer temperatures, we could see a couple of thunderstorms, but overall that also will be more isolated through your evening hours. Now, Rafael is a hurricane. It's strengthening in the Caribbean. It will be passing over Cuba later today, but it's going to be staying in that southern basin here of the Gulf of Mexico. It's not going to be pushing north here along Florida, so that will keep those impacts, even indirect impacts, minimal for the Carolinas. Not going to be funneling in all of that moisture here from Rafael as with this approaching front. Instead, we'll see the rain taper off by late morning tomorrow, and we'll see those rainfall totals here reach half an inch to an inch across the area, with the highest totals for the southern edge of the region. This is all good, beneficial rain. We need that nice, light, soaking rain like we saw yesterday to help with those drought conditions. Temperatures remain warm through the end of the week. Once that front passes through, we'll see a slight drop in temperature. That's your latest weather-wise 7-day. Back to you, Chris.